They can install your building as always, and they offer multiple different rib profiles and loads of color options, including the wood grain metal at great competitive prices. You can inquire at mwrbuildingandfence.com or just draw your desired building and submit it in their Contact Us page, and they'll get back to you. Call MWR today at 402-540-8966.
There are so many realtors in Lincoln and Omaha, but don't get overwhelmed by all the no-names, plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout.
Turn that on. Turn your mic on.
Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
If you want to make new floor shopping easier, come to O Street Carpet. Hi, I'm Steve Carper. Our flooring professionals can help you choose the best flooring for you, your family, and your budget. We eliminate the confusion. Even better, you'll be enjoying your new flooring much sooner. No 6 or 8 week waits. We'll install right away and save you money on installation. Floor shopping made easy every day at O Street Carpet.
O Street Carpet.
1732 O Street. Family owned and operated. Always the best value.
It's been a busy day in sports. A lot has happened while you were up to your eyeballs in work. Catch up on what went down in Nebraska athletics, college sports, and your favorite pro sports leagues. This is Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Sponsored by Canopy Street Market. Here are your hosts, Harrison Ahrens and Derek Pearson.
Well, it is not Harrison. Well, it is Harrison Ahrens, but not DP. We got to get that changed.
Yeah, it's in the mix. We got yours and a few others, so we'll get to all those here pretty shortly. But Late Night in Lincoln, apologize for everyone who might have been hearing random voices throughout the breaks saying, hello, can anyone hear me? That was me and Nick Whyman testing out some equipment.
We're trying to figure some things out. We're a team effort here. It's kind of, we're like Nebraska. So Tom Chattel compared us to Nebraska ball yesterday when you weren't here.
Why's that?
He said that, so he's had you do the Husker, because I had to fill in because Austin was feeling a little under the weather. So they threw me under the bus to do the, just to fill in.
They put you on the bus. It's a privilege working with the great Tom Chattel.
So they threw me in, and he's like, "Oh, you guys are kind of like Nebraska ball. You guys have a very good depth, because you filled in."
Really?
Yeah, and he's like, "You guys are kind of like Nebraska ball. You guys have a lot of depth and everything." And they threw me under the bus and got me in there, and we did it. So it was a very interesting day. I mean, it was the first. When was the last time you had a Monday free?
A vacation? I don't know. It would have been a vacation day at some point in time, nonetheless. Yeah, I mean, it was nice. I tuned into a few shows. It is kind of cool. We talk about it a lot. I don't mind doing it. It's late night hours, so we can talk more NFL, Husker football. We'll get to all of that. I'm just grateful, everyone that's listening. It's really cool what Ticket Weeknights has become. Obviously, you're part of that staff. Tristan Gomez, we got Jay back there, Austin Orman, Nick Sainert, myself, Jake Bachvin, and then all the talent that you guys are well aware of, the Steve Sipples, Jake Sorensen, who's also a producer, but, he's somewhat of a talent now these days. Some might argue. It's awesome. I mean, I don't think a ton of people realize this isn't a massive force of people that are working here. It is just the right amount to what we're operating with right now. But, it's just good to be in a spot to where we're on this thing for 18 hours a day. It's not like we're employing 50 people. Maybe if you count the talent, I guess. I don't know what that all accumulates to. But as far as like people that can hit the buttons on the board and get people on air on time and having talent that make themselves available, like it's impressive that this thing stays rolling 18 hours a day. And I do agree with DP wholeheartedly. It's one of the first things I noticed when I got down to Lincoln. I was like, boy, for a sports city, sports town, there's not a lot of local sports talk. That's one of my favorite things to do when I go to new cities is let me go tune into the local radio. Because usually they got a local sports show. You can kind of see what the vibe is of that town, what games are going on. And like Lincoln, we had it, but it was over at noon. And then they take a break, and then you'd have like another hour somewhere in the afternoon. And that's kind of it. Yeah. Otherwise, you'd have to hook up and try to find an Omaha signal or get like an app so you can listen to any signal all over the world. But even the Omaha radio shows weren't talking everything that involved Lincoln. They weren't talking about the Lincoln Stars. They weren't talking about the, men and women's tennis. They weren't even really talking about the wrestling program.
It's wild. And like you said, there's a lot of variety. Like every night I feel like there's something different. There's a different voice. And I was at the Boulders yesterday, and, I'm not the biggest bowler. I know the basic terms. But
what's your best game?
I don't know, man.
That'll let you finish the story.
On the Wii Sports, probably pretty solid. You used to be able to, push yourself a little bit to the right. And
can you get over 100, or are you just like gutter ball every time?
I haven't bowled in forever, man. We're gonna have to have a competition. We'll have to make a bracket between all of us one of these days. We'll have to go out to like Hollywood Bowl or something like that.
I'm average. I can get you to. I think my best games are gonna fall in like 160, 170.
That's not bad. That's solid.
Yeah, not bad.
Solid for a casual bowler. But yeah, they were talking about like they're traveling from. They just got back from Delaware from the Northeast Classic, and I didn't know it took, how much it took to get into, traveling with bowling. You're carrying.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. There's a lot. And then there were 35 teams, including Nebraska, so 36 teams at this event. And they were talking how chaotic it is because it's not just like a bowling alley. You go to like a bowling alley here in Lincoln. It's like there's like 10 lanes, 12 lanes. They said there's like 20 some lanes, and there's matches going on constantly. They said it's chaotic. So they're just like, we didn't bowl our best, but it's just, it's interesting. But yeah, late night in Lincoln, 402-464-5685. We had the text line actually was going pretty nuts last night.
Oh, that's good.
Because the championship game got over at like 10:45, so people were.
Yeah, that's right. And it was a good game. It was much better than we talked about it. I was wrong.
I thought Indiana by 17, but it was me and Austin. I was on Old School earlier, and we talked about where does this rank among college football playoff championship games. Not that's since Ohio State, Oregon, the 14 playoff model, not the BCS, because if we included the BCS, it's the USC, Texas, Vince Young runs it in for this. That is the game that everybody talks about. I'd say this was probably a top 3 or 4 championship game in the playoff model.
I think so. When you really go through the championship games, it's been a lot of duds.
This me and Austin went through them earlier. I said this is probably up there. Like it's probably number 3 for me, because I still would put probably the Tua comes off the bench cold, true freshman. That's number 1.
Yes.
Overtime comes off
in this playoff
in the playoff
on the modern playoff model.
Yes, the modern.
Yes, I agree.
Since they expended the 4 teams, because it was like 13-0 Georgia. Jalen Hurts gets benched, and I think that game just changed so many trajectories of careers, because like Tua doesn't get thrown in that spot. Does he ever see the field? Because Jalen Hurts still the starter next year, but Jalen Hurts sat the next year.
Was Mac Jones on that team?
I think he was like a
third string.
He was like third red shirt or whatever. But yes, they have a famous photo of all 3 of them together. And yeah, like Jalen Hurts sits a year. He doesn't transfer because the transfer portal wasn't what it was. And then Tua takes off and gets to be a top pick. And Jalen Hurts, makes use of what he did at Alabama, got his degree, goes to Oklahoma, and then without that happening, like it's a big what if situation, I think. And the game was good because it came down to Tua took a sack in overtime and then threw a touchdown to Devontae Smith.
What's your second place? I'm not remembering very many good championships at all right
Deshaun Watson, the Hunter Renfro game winner.
Yeah, okay.
Those
are
a good one. Those are probably the 2. Because you have LSU, Clemson, 2019, but I think that was LSU was down and they came back, and Joe Burrow and those guys dominated.
They ran away with it. It was good for the first half.
Georgia had a couple of wins, and the TCU one is the stinker that everybody thinks about. Those are the ones that I was thinking. I would say this one was pretty solid. I'm trying to think.
It's competitive to the end. Like that's what I mean. Like we've seen some where maybe it's a little bit of a closer score where, it hasn't really coming down to like a big drive, and we finally got that with Indiana.
That's what I told Austin. I said it's all about the closing moment.
Yes.
And this is like the moment was there for Carson Beck. If they score a touchdown, then that's
a legendary game.
Exactly. And Indiana makes a stop on the goal line, essentially, pretty much picked them off in the red zone. That's the moment that sealed Indiana's fate of winning a national title. That's still crazy to say. Like I was sitting here with Pearsonell, and Pearsonell called the interception,
That's what he said. He said he was like, he's due for one, and like there's the next play.
We were sitting here watching it, like literally, like we started the first segment, and it's like, well, we can't go to break now because we're literally just started the show, so we're gonna have to watch this in real time. And he's like, all right, that's fine with me. And then we sat here, and he's like, Carson Beck's due. He hasn't thrown a pick yet. Literally, probably 2 plays later, I kid you not, the interception happened, and he's like, I told you.
He's got a little bit of an oracle somewhere.
I mean, he did play college football, so he probably knows the game a little bit better than me.
And NFL. He had a little bit of NFL time with the Raiders as well.
Well, XFL, did you know that too?
Yeah.
The St. Louis Battlehawks, that's my team. They're the closest team to us here in Lincoln. I was going to talk about Indiana because I haven't talked about Indiana's championship with you yet. Parity in college football, I think, is what I take most out of this because for years it felt like there were, there's 126 plus teams in college football, FBS college football.
Yep.
For the past 10 years, it felt like only 7 or 8 teams had a legit chance to win a championship. Maybe even less than that at times.
I'd say less more often than not.
So this creates a dynamic where it feels like anybody can win it in a year because Ole Miss for years were never. They'd win 10 games, but they'd never be your Alabamas or your Georgias.
Yep.
Miami.
They wouldn't be in the playoffs.
Miami wouldn't even be in the playoffs.
Just for being in the ACC.
I mean, we didn't even think there was going to be an ACC team even in the playoff if Notre Dame made it in. And they didn't even win. They didn't even play in their conference championship.
It's kind of crazy. On a quick side note, we'll keep diving into it. Like we were this close for Miami not making it, and then everyone being up in arms. It's ridiculous that Miami's in there. Meanwhile, they go on to be the only team to actually make Indiana sweat whatsoever in this entire college football playoff. They absolutely deserve to be there. They had some snaps in the some troubles in the regular season, but that is one of the good things about this college football playoff bracket where it is now, and it's kind of the beauty and the grossness that is NIL. Like now you get into a situation where parity doesn't dominate. Like you get new teams that get more legit opportunities. In years past, you were going to get that because, I mean, I said it before, I'll say it again. Like the schools in the SEC and some of the big, they're just flat out paying their guys illegally.
It was for years. That's why
they had the edge always and forever because they would pay and other teams wouldn't, or they would pay significantly more and have better ways of hiding it than some of these other schools. But now we're in a situation where the continuity, if you're in love with continuity, it's tough to have, and it maybe turns you off to the game of college football a little bit. But when you do see a team like Indiana, who does have continuity, and then they go win the entire thing without, I think they had 0 5 stars, maybe 1, and like hardly any 4 stars, that gives other teams some hope. Like if we just get the right guys and we try to build a culture, we can do this thing. Now the problem is I also think it's a good indicator on like you just want an old team.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that average age was 23 years old on the Indiana roster.
They weren't the oldest team in college football, though. That's the thing. Like people are saying, "Oh, they were old." It's like that doesn't mean they're better. That's
usually means they're better.
It usually does, but I don't think they were the oldest team in college football, and that doesn't.
No,
it doesn't give you the advantage. Like I was talking to Austin earlier. We see quarterbacks transfer. Fernando Mendoza, older player, but not. You wouldn't have told me this time last year when he said, "Oh, I'm going to Indiana." Like, oh yeah, he's gonna be a top quarterback in college. He's gonna win the Heisman Trophy. I would have called you crazy. I remember McCall, he was a fun play. He had good stats at Cal. Was Cal good? No. And it's funny because Cal hosted College Game Day last year against Miami.
That's right.
And Mendoza played him. They were up huge in that game.
They tricked it off, didn't they?
They blew it.
Yeah.
Because Cam Ward and them came back. Michael Irvin was at that game too.
And that was the start of like the real heavy Heisman talks for Cam Ward because he went nuclear. But yeah, I mean, age isn't everything. But you're going to see it more and more. Kurt Signetti kind of talked about it as well. Like these teams are not going to go for the high school kids. These high school kids are going to be going to Division II FCS programs, JUCO schools, getting older, then going to the 4-year school, and then playing at 20, and then getting real playing time at 21, 22, 23. Maybe you're injured. Now you're 24. Like, that is going to matter, I think, more and more. It doesn't mean you're going to blow your competition out of the way. You still have to get the right guys, but you are seeing it. Like the teams that are older, they're going to do better because there's a lot more experience on that team as opposed to a bunch of young guys who have a ton of potential. They have the athleticism, but that matters. We see it all the time. It's what Husker basketball is doing right now.
8985 says, nobody mentions the fact that Miami was considered one of the best teams in the nation at the beginning of the season. And they were playing like it after their stumbles earlier in the season. I mean, yeah, I think everybody didn't discredit their defense.
The defense was incredible.
Their offense, like they have Malachi Toney, they have their running back and everything, but
Carson Beck's also just been put the target on me quarterback this year, where people just didn't like Carson Beck.
They lost 3 games, and they were because of Carson Beck.
Yeah, exactly.
That's just how it is. The defense, I mean, they shut down Ohio State. Nobody saw that coming.
Yep.
Ohio State, when the bracket came out and I saw Ohio State and Indiana were on the, I'm like, that's probably the championship. Big Ten championship felt like a national title. Miami came in and shut them down. And then Miami shut, even in the first round, they shut down A&M at their place. It was a windy game. The kicking wasn't great.
Yeah, no one talks about that A&M game. They got embarrassed.
And they shut them down. That's all Miami did. And
I think we should have taken Miami seriously more after that. I didn't. It took me way too late to realize.
Their 2 defensive tackles are probably first-round picks, 100%. And they are just...
Bane's a monster.
I mean, he's got to go top 10.
I think so.
He
was unstoppable.
I mean,
I know they lost, but
Mendoza didn't even. I mean, Mendoza did have the Heisman moment where he,
of course,
put his team on his back, rumbled into the end zone, but he didn't play. He didn't look like a Joe Burrow championship performance. It wasn't amazing.
He didn't have any touchdowns other than the one on the ground.
And his completion percentage wasn't great. It was a
slightly above 50 or 60, I think, is what it ended up on.
It wasn't a super pretty performance, but it was gritty enough to get the win against and they showed on the interview with Holly Rowe after they won the national championship, they showed his arm. Did you see the picture of his arm? His arm's like red, scratched.
Yes. He got beat up in that game.
And that's Miami's defense. I don't think anybody's discrediting what Miami did.
And it was clean hits too. I know Kurt Signetti said he was upset, but I thought the refs did a good job not calling those.
It's a championship game.
It was also just like, that's just a good defense. Like, they're not laying out. They're not taking late hits. They're just on you a lot quicker than you'd like to the point where you release the ball like you're going to get checked. I mean, that text was absolutely right. Like, Miami, I wouldn't be surprised if that text was Jay Foreman, but Miami was absolutely deserved a lot more credit. And like me personally, my bad, Hurricanes. You still lost, but I didn't give you enough credit heading into it. I mean, that was an awesome game. And by the way, thanks again for giving me the Monday off. It's the first time in years.
First time you got to watch.
I've got to watch that.
So I had Tom Chattel yesterday. And we talked a little bit about he picked Indiana. They got out of here. Caleb Smith and Ridge pull up, and we're getting ready to start. They're like, "Oh, when's the?" They're like, we're a little bit into their show. They're like, "Oh, when's the game start?" I'm like, "Oh, I think it starts around 6:30." And they're like, "Can we pull it up?"
Hell yeah.
They were like middle of every segment. Ridge is sitting there looking at the TV, looking at the scoreboard, watching. They were both cheering for Indiana. I asked the question, like, as a Big Ten fan, you cheer for your Big Ten.
That's the camp I fall in.
I do too.
Yeah,
I do too. I don't care who you are. I think
unless you're Iowa,
I still think you cheer because then it's like, hey, we got them in there. We only have a couple more minutes. I wanted to talk about Mike Eckler.
Okay,
but here we are. The championship game is the talk of the town, talk of college football but Mike Eckler, officially, I guess, going to USC.
We don't know the position yet.
Don't know the position, but it sounds like special team, maybe.
Really?
It sounds potentially like it's that. Plus, because it seems like wherever he's gone. So he was at Tennessee before Nebraska.
Yep.
He was special team / linebacker. I think he's getting the special team /
linebacker again.
Whatever position group.
He really likes the linebackers.
I'm assuming,
and I think that was the problem when Orridge came here was getting taken out of his. Maybe again, we don't really know, but we're grasping at straws here.
It was so as of tomorrow. It's been a week tomorrow since Matt Rule's on that podcast and talked about this.
My Lord.
And there's been nothing really like
just a new person every other day saying Mike Eckler going to USC.
And some of us, over the weekend there was a little rumblings, but now it's officially seems like it's more.
Well, you got a real reporter on it.
Real confirmed. CBS Sports jumped on it. I don't know. It's weird because he's in conference too, and it's, Nebraska just played them, and he was only here for a year, and he's stopped. He's made stops at different places,
but he was a Nebraska guy, which is why he seemed like it, right? So I thought, this might work out. 1 year's tough because we've had a lot of coaches, players, but coaches in particular come in, we sell them high, and they don't do half of what was said about him. He came in here and he over-delivered. So to lose him, regardless of what the circumstances are, I look at that as a loss. I would keep referencing it. We probably don't go bowling. We'll probably win under 6 games if we don't drastically fix our special teams, which we did. that allowed us to win some games.
So under Eckler's leadership, the Huskers were ranked top 20 nationally in block kicks, kickoff returns, punt returns, and kickoff return defense, which hasn't you can't say that's been.
Well, go
trend.
look at the all Big Ten teams. How many on offense? 0. How many on defense? 0. How many on special teams? 3.
Yeah,
we only excelled in special teams and nothing else. So that's why I'm looking at it as a huge loss. I'm trying to figure out how I can keep him there, unless there's something I don't know about, which very well could be the case. Well, could have been a situation where no matter what Matt Rule wanted to do, it wasn't going to work. But
and we may never know.
Bummed out by it.
We may never know.
That's true. Sometimes we don't get to hear. We'll never hear
the full story. There's going to be rumors about, this person didn't like this person. They were butting heads, or they didn't like this guy coming in. We'll never know the full story.
Yeah.
I just think it's strange because we talked about John Butler leaving and Nebraska changing coordinators and then they bring in Rob Orich, and year before that Marcus Satterfield gets demoted and they bring in Dana Holgerson, and now you're bringing another special teams coordinator. I would assume
it's not a reset though, Nick. Don't say that.
They're pick and plugging essentially. They're going to plug in one of their other coaches in there. It's just I don't know. It's a weird vibe. Like Tony White had a similar he had like a falling out, I guess, sort of.
Nah, I wouldn't say that. We kind of knew with Tony White.
But it gives me kind of similar vibes in a sense because it's like he just kind of.
Well, I guess you're right because I thought he was going to be a head coach next,
and he didn't.
And there was another defensive coordinator.
It gives me similar vibes, and it's like I hate to.
It's just the West Coast weather is that much better.
I don't know.
I hope it's that. I mean, at least that's not anything on us. You know what I mean?
It is such a 8147 says Emmett Johnson like a word. It's the one offensive player you forgot. He was like,
yeah, please
forget Emmett Johnson.
First team All American. Yeah, you know what? You can slap me across the side of the head for that one.
It's 11:25 on a Tuesday, and we're caught up in the coaching carousel of college football, which
that's a disgrace. Talk about Emmett Johnson that way.
That's all right. That's all right.
Good call out by the texter.
The text line's on you at 11 o'clock. I like it. They're holding us to a higher standard.
Well, that's what we need. Sometimes.
I like it. They're getting a gut punch to us.
Well, I mean, seriously though, Emmett Johnson, the one guy that's been the bright spot of Husker football all year. I'd hate to leave him out of the mix. Yes, he was certainly on their first team along with I think it was the Notre Dame running back as well.
Jeremiah Love.
Yeah, thank you very much. Jeremiah Love.
Dario, see, I'm holding you up here. See, this is why we got each other's backs. The Eckler thing is just so, I don't know, maybe we'll find out something in the morning.
I doubt it.
There's no official, USC hasn't, the teams usually post the graphic of a coach coming in.
I'm waiting for a fax at 3 a.m.
Like in the
middle of the night as to what happened.
The time zone difference in California, maybe they drop it at, I don't know, it's only what? They're 2-3 hours difference. So, maybe that news could drop still here tonight. Last year, Robert Saleh got hired during our first break last night when I was here.
Oh, that's right.
So that's what I mean. The news,
people usually put the stuff late at night for a reason. So knuckleheads like you and me don't break it down and give our thoughts to the public.
Before we go to break, 0432 says, is Eckler leaving? Is that gonna have a big impact?
I think so.
Yeah. He established a ground base on what the expectation is on the special team side.
We were finally good there. We know what it looks like when we suck at special teams.
We
lose a lot of games. When we're good there, we manage to win games and avoid losses. We know what it's like with Bo Pelini. And I know that's not everyone's favorite coach, but he always had special teams rolling. We have a show called the Dump Punt Hour. When you got a weapon there,
yeah,
you can flip games. Northwestern, you turn it over before the end of the half. You start the second half with a kickoff return touchdown. Swings the game for Nebraska. Nebraska finds a way to come back win. That's why I get nervous about it. We finally had that figured out. And I know he talked about it before, saying how we have some guys that worked under Mike Eckler that know his system. I'll use this example one last time, but it's like me. It'd be like if DP leaves the station. I'm like, well, hey guys, I've been working with DP for years. I've been under him. I know his system. No, I'm not going to be able to run the station. There's no way.
There's a lot that goes into it.
Exactly. So with Mike Eckler, the guys under him, I hope they can, but I think it's a lot to ask for.
What a weird situation. Hopefully something. A week's time, I feel like it's gonna happen. But yeah, we're gonna go to break for the first time. 402-464-5685. Harrison, you joining me for the next segment? Or are you gonna go get some stuff done? Because we got plenty to talk about.
Yeah, we'll see what happens here. It depends how fast I can get stuff done. That's the real question.
I don't blame you, but yeah, we'll be right back here. Late Night Lincoln, Nick Whyman, Harrison Arns. We'll be right back.
A new year means it's time to try new things. If you haven't tried Führer's cheese spread yet, the time is now. For the days you don't want to go to the gym, don't worry. Führer's cheese spread is there to cheer you up. And for the days you do get to the gym, why not celebrate when you get back with the best dip around? Get to your local grocery store today and load up on Führer's cheese spread. No event or party is complete without it on your table.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Winter is just around the corner. Is your vehicle ready? Don't get left out in the cold. At A1 Automotive, we prep your car for whatever winter throws your way here in Nebraska. For battery checks, the brake inspections, tires, heaters, whatever your car needs to keep you and your family safe on the road, we've got you covered. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Get rid of pesky critters once and for all with Bats to Rats. Their expert team is here to help you reclaim your home. No more sleepless nights caused by crawling critters or flapping wings. Bats to Rats ensures a safe environment for every family member. Check the website at batstorats.com for amazing offers, and if you mention this ad, you'll receive $10 off your initial inspection cost. Call Bats to Rats today at 402-781-8691. That's 402-781-8691. Bats to Rats.
Just got the brakes fixed on my car today.
You did? You haven't even left the office.
I didn't need to. I got a guy who picks up my car and drops it off when it's done.
Well, who's your guy?
Graham Tire. They have pickup and delivery service at all 5 of their Lincoln locations.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
If you're seeking a career with a growing company, Gaina Trucking and Excavating is hiring and looking for additions to their team. Gaina Trucking has a strong team culture, competitive pay, 401ks, and benefits like health, dental, and vision. Drivers are guaranteed 40 hours per week even in the winter months and are home every night. Start your career today at Gaina Trucking and Excavating. Apply today at GainaTrucking.com. MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
It happens. All of a sudden, you need a plumber. Just call Bryant, 467-1111. Problem solved with Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
I'm Terrell Farley.
And this is Jake Bachman, and we're the host of Bach in the Black Shirt every weekday from 1 to 3 here on 93.7 The Ticket. Join us as we talk about Husker football, college football, and sports in general. You can check us out on X, Facebook, YouTube, or on Allo Channel 961.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Ahrens and Derek Pearson.
Well, we are back here, 90.7 Ticket Late Night in Lincoln with Nick Whyman. Harrison's handling some business right now with our main man Eric, tech guy. We're trying to figure some things out, but that's what happens.
Yeah, we're getting it figured out though. I got a good plan for the next segment here. But Nick Whyman, that's not what the people want to hear about. They don't want to hear about technical issues. What do you want to talk about?
So Nebraska basketball, 7th ranked in the nation, highest ranking they've been in program history. The term program history continues to go on. Texter Cam chimed in here, 8985 again. Purdue just lost to UCLA.
Do they really? UCLA has been struggling this year too.
Nebraska is now standing atop of the Big Ten conference standings as of the night of January 20th, 2026. They are the final Big Ten team without a loss in conference play, without a loss on the season already. But crazy upset there in college basketball. So Purdue goes down. They had a loss before, but you have Nebraska now on top of the Big Ten standings with a couple more weeks left in the regular season. Absolutely wild.
That part. Couple more weeks left in the regular season.
And there's a lot of games left. There is a big one coming up next week that obviously is in the rearview mirror, but Washington tomorrow. I just hope it's another Oregon situation where Nebraska just can handle business from the jump and just put on a show, because tickets are being sold. They're a hot commodity right now.
Yeah.
And it's another late tip. Just handle business and get out of there.
Yeah, it won't be snowing. You can get to PBA just fine. It'll be a little chilly. Bundle up, but yeah, this is must-watch TV or must-watch in arena. If you can get in the arena, go do it. This is a magical year. Like, you can't. I know some people want to say it's like, well, they'll lose eventually. Like, yeah, they there's a good chance that they do, but who cares? What? Don't even think about that right now. They're 18-0. They've beaten ranked opponents on the road in conference play, at home in conference play, tough non-conference opponents at neutral sites, at home, on the road, you name it. I mean, if you just want to keep thinking about, well, it's gonna end eventually, you can do that. But right now we're 18-0. The very good chance. I feel good about going 19-0 versus Washington, because this team, even if they haven't started out great, they showed it in that Oklahoma game. They showed it in, was it Michigan State where they started slow?
Michigan State was the dog fight. It was
kind of bad.
That was a rock fight throughout, but
there's another one where they started off really slow, but they've proven that they can come back, and they've proven that they can just flat out dominate, as they've done in these past couple of Big Ten opponents. So I got all the reason to believe that this train isn't going to stop anytime soon. When we go play number 4 Michigan, obviously that's a game all in itself that we'll highlight and talk about. But yeah, just enjoy this. There's a lot of game left, but we're seriously sitting here on January 20th, and the Huskers have 18 wins, 22 wins straight.
So going back, the Huskers are right now 7-0 in Big Ten play. They are number 1 in the standings. A win tomorrow night against Washington would give the Huskers their first 8-0 start in conference play since 1965-66, which was also the season they were ranked 8th at highest. So this would tie their best start in conference play. Well, sometimes back then they played like 10 conference games. So It's a little different than, the conferences weren't 16 teams deep way back when. There was the Big 8 had 8 teams or whatever. So it was they're a little different. But yes, they've matched the best start. You can't overlook them, though. I know everybody's talking about Michigan. It's like, oh, that's going to come next week, and that could be a top 5 matchup, a top 10 matchup, or so be it. But still have Washington, and then you have to go on the road to the Barn up in Minnesota, which is a tough environment. That's
Williams Arena.
It's levitated court. I don't know if you've ever seen
It's a cool venue. I actually like it. I haven't been there. I would love to go there.
It's interesting. It's a different environment than a Pinnacle Bank or like a Welsh Ryan's a little weird. It's kind of
somehow like old school and modern at the same time. That's the way I describe it. It's got like I don't know. If you haven't gone, if you're looking for a good game to go watch them on the road, I don't think Minnesota's a good spot to go to.
So they lost tonight to Ohio State, 82-74. It went to overtime. They lost.
Who was at home? Ohio State, right?
It was at Ohio State.
Okay.
I watched a little bit of it because they were on that gray court. I think that court is ugly. The Ohio State.
I like it.
I don't. I think courts should just be I'll get on this tangent here. Just stick with the normal brown, your tan colored courts. The NBA Cup drives me nuts.
Well, that's egregious. You can agree that
drives me nuts.
Yes.
Like the New York Nets, I think, were maybe one of the first teams to do the gray court.
Yeah, that was kind of fun. At least it was part of their colors, but the NBA Cup's ridiculous. I wasn't a fan of the Nets because it was black, gray, and white. It was very dark.
I don't like it. I think
but the red and gray for Ohio State pops. I don't mind, and it's part of their school color.
It kind of looks like I don't know.
Concrete.
Well, yeah, that, and then it looks like the 3-point line is I think the 3-point line is white.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. Keep it. It just looks weird. Let's keep it modern. We don't have to go crazy.
What about the Oregon court?
With the leaves or whatever,
the trees in the background, faded into it.
I used to growing up, everybody had their Oregon phase. Let's be honest here. Everybody liked the Oregon jersey. You weren't an Oregon phase kid.
No, I never bought into the neon hype.
I had an Oregon pair of shorts. technically I didn't have them. They were at the Lost and Found at the end of the school year, and
You took them.
So sorry if anybody finds out. Yes, they were Oregon like neon on the sides, and they were like a dark.
I don't think they
green.
can report you for that crime. What's the
It was
wording? The status is over?
It was the end of the school year,
Yeah.
Lost and Found, and I was in the in the area, and I was
Doesn't
like,
say rightfully found, just found.
I think I was looking for something of mine. I'm like, oh, these shorts look pretty good. And it's like, well, it's the last day, so I'm, I was like 15 at the time. You gotta give me some slack. But yeah, that's a marquee game tomorrow. But the women also play tomorrow too.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a big night of basketball. They're at Wisconsin. They're looking to get back in the winning. I mean, they've had some tough games. I mean, Michigan State game, heartbreaker, how that one ended. And then UCLA was just, you ran into a buzzsaw. They've lost 4 of their last 6.
They're in the buzz. This is the buzzsaw of their schedule, and we kind of talked about it before they lost. But it was like USC, Iowa, Michigan State, UCLA,
Iowa. Yeah, you mentioned all of them.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You knew this was gonna be a tough stretch. Now you would have liked to maybe split it, but on the bright side, you are taking quad 1 losses. You are not taking quad 2s, 3s, 4s. You're not in a great spot, but you're still in a good spot.
14-4, 3-4 in Big Ten play. Wisconsin coming in 12-7, 4-4 in Big Ten play. I mean, it's all comes down to the Britt Prince show. She ranks 8th in the Big Ten scoring, 18.2 points per game. She's tied for 10th in assists with 14.3. So, and she's 3rd in the league in field goal percentage with 57%. And the other top 5 players are post players. She's a guard. You're shooting that high of a rate. I mean, there's a reason why we're putting a team around you.
Yeah, she's phenomenal. The problem with those guys is every now and then maybe a little bit beat athletically, and if they're struggling on that 3-point line that day, and it's really got to follow Britt Prince, that's where things can get a little bit ugly. But I mean, they're starting to get some pretty solid production from other spots of the floor. What's her name? Grove. What am I blanking on it?
I'm looking down the roster here.
She just dropped like 20. They lost.
She came off the bench. Yes.
Yeah, I want to say it's not.
Our text line's blowing up here. What are we doing, people? It says if I'm not. What is this? What is this number? This is 0432 says if I'm not mistaken, he went to school with Sam Hoiberg. Does he have the biggest impact on the team as he makes and everyone around him? He's a Nebraska glue guy. I graduated before.
Do you know him at all?
No,
I think it's a big enough school. It wouldn't be like me growing up.
So I graduated spring of 2017. So then I went to the university. So he wasn't even in town when I was even in high school yet. How old do these people think I am? Like 19?
I think so.
So no, but yes, they moved. I think Hoiberg got the job. Was it 2019? 2019 he got the job. So they moved here because obviously they weren't enrolled in high school here. But yeah,
he wasn't even the best player on that Pius team.
Pius has a ton of
he was good, but it's kind of crazy to look at what he is now.
A couple years before that, they had Charlie Easley. Then went to Nebraska. He was kind of like a Johnny Trueblood guy, where kind of earned your stripes and ended up getting some playing time. So the other game you were thinking about was Indiana when they were down 16. Somebody said they were down 16 against Indiana.
Yep, so that's the one. And that was a road game again. You're in Assembly Hall. You got to find a way to come back from that. So man, text line.
I told you they were on it last night. I was surprised. Like the text line, I had like 10 unread text after the first like Indiana Miami segment.
Well, you do got people that are working late or just hanging out or work late and then they get home.
I like it. So Amaya Hargrove was the girl you were talking
about. Thank you. She's been awesome.
She came off the bench, 12 points per game so far this year. I mean, if you have.
She's starting to put it on, and if she keeps growing into that production, she's going to be a big help, especially in this stretch where I think they're looking for some answers. I think she's one of them, and she's starting to prove that more and more.
A 6'2" forward, sophomore coming off the bench. I mean, improving as the season goes along. They don't have a lot of depth to their bench, like scoring wise, but it's Britt Prince 18 a game, Jessica Petrie 11, and then the rest it's around the 8. There's a couple in the 8 to 7 point standpoint, but Hargrove off the bench at 12 will be. And almost 6 boards a game too. That is
That's phenomenal.
It's a big deal. But yeah, it's a big night of basketball. I mean, how do if you're a Nebraska fan, how do you go about this? Because the one's at 6:30 on the road, and then this one's at 8. Do you? I mean, if you go to the game at PBA, I think you should show up early, and they should put the game up on the jumbotron for you.
I think they usually put it somewhere.
Why not?
Yeah.
You support both programs. They both play in the same arena for, 15, 20 times a year. You might as well support both programs. 8 o'clock tip. Are you a fan of the 8 o'clock tips? Let me. Okay. So
Not a fan.
I'm in the same boat. I never liked so before UCLA, Washington, USC, and Oregon joined the conference. Nebraska always, and I mean always got stuck with it. I get they're the West Coast of the Big Ten at that point,
But they're so late. And like, yeah, I was watching not a good game. It was Marquette and Providence, but that was a late start. And then of course it went to overtime, and it's like this game just needs to be over. Like I get it. That's not like the Big Ten, but I'm always a little bit amazed. Not a fan of the super late starts. I know I'm going to be working regardless, but just personally, I'd like the game to wrap up 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock at the latest. Then we have 3 hours to hash it out. Because, like I said, we're
so tomorrow, you and me and Austin gonna do a round table then tomorrow? Because Austin's going to the game, and we can do because a 10 o'clock game will get over around 10 o'clock.
Yeah, we can sit around the table.
Why not? Because on Saturday,
Texline can come into the table as well.
There'll be plenty to talk about. And then Saturday they play Minnesota. I believe it's at 11.
Yes.
So Tristan and me will be here. So that'll be and then Austin's going to the game. Did you know that?
He's going to Minnesota?
Yep. So
that's awesome.
So he'll be calling in from
Williams Arena.
Either there or if he can get back to the hotel. I don't know. We'll see.
He might just be, I'm going back home and I'm going to call you guys in the car.
I mean, it should be interesting. I mean, I'm excited. It's a good week. The women's games. I mean, if we come away with 2 W's tomorrow, that'd be a really nice because Nebraska just trying to get back into things. The women are trying to get back in the win column. The men have taken. I mean, some people call them the Indiana of Indiana football of basketball. It's a different apples versus oranges. Austin agreed. Getting to the NCAA tournament versus the college football playoff a little different. 64 teams versus 12.
We make it to the Final Four, I'll start talking like that.
So the Elite Eight, before we get a break here, the Elite Eight, if Nebraska makes it to the Elite Eight, I mean, that's a hypothetical because they have to win a game in the tournament.
Yes. Something that's never been done.
Not counting my eggs yet. I think they have to win a game and prove it because there's been, the game against Baylor a couple years ago and 10 miles there. The game against A&M with Tominaga a couple years ago. There was, people had Nebraska winning a game. And it's still
in the past, dude, they've been high as like a 4 seed.
Yeah, and
they've lost.
They lost. So I don't remember the year, but they lost to. It was like one of their first chances. They were like a 4 seed. They played Xavier before Xavier basketball became a
powerhouse.
Xavier was a 13 seed, and Xavier beat them.
Yep.
I don't know the year. I was not born. I don't think, or maybe I was. It had to have been the Danny Nee when he was coaching.
I wasn't cognizant. At the very least.
I mean, yeah, but it's the basketball. It's crazy how much basketball has taken. Not only the town, but the station by storm. Everybody wants to talk about basketball.
It's great, though. I mean, thank you. I'll say it again. Thank you. This is great for the city of Lincoln. Lincoln does better when sports are good. Flat out.
And the Husker postgame shows are a must listen, I will say. Austin's great. He knows the game ball. He knows ball, as they would say. We had a great staff here along with him. So
I just enjoy the ticket listeners, too. I mean, it's fun for the listeners, too.
There's a lot of people who tune in.
Yeah, just have fun and talk about, a basketball program being awesome.
A fun season, a memorable season than a lot of people. We'll go to break. We'll wrap up here tonight, and we'll send you into Wednesday. So stick around. Late Night Lincoln, Nick Whyman, Harrison Arns here, 93.7 The Ticket.
Empower a child today with the Teammates Mentoring Program by building a relationship based on strengths and chart a brighter future 1 week at a time. Find out how you can be a mentor by visiting LincolnTeammates.org. Become what you needed as a kid by joining the Teammates Mentoring Program today.
Just got the brakes fixed on my car today.
You did? You haven't even left the office.
I didn't need to. I got a guy who picks up my car and drops it off when it's done.
Who's your guy?
Graham Tire. They have pickup and delivery service at all 5 of their Lincoln locations.
Schedule your service online on the Pickup and Delivery tab at GrahamTireLincoln.com. That's GrahamTireLincoln.com. Let us do the running. Some limitations apply. See store for details.
Ticket listeners know a dream team when they see one. At Applied Connective, we've been in the game for 20 years and have developed a team of world-class leaders in all things IT. From cybersecurity and Microsoft products to physical security, audio-video, infrastructure, business phone systems, and anything in between. We'll help you leverage technology to become your most secure, efficient, and profitable. Head to our website to check out real reviews and testimonials and sign up for a free tech consultation. We can show you where you might
plus all the different companies. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group at Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Real Estate is your go-to option, whether buying or selling residential, luxury, leasing, investment properties, or commercial property, small or large. Ben's team offers decades of experience, unbeatable customer service, and promises to fully protect your interests throughout the entire transaction. Call 402-419-6309 for all your real estate needs. Ben Bleicher with Professional Realty Group of BHHS Ambassador Real Estate.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in January. Try their hot chocolate latte, cookie croissants, and special winter flavor hot cocoa cream cheese on any bagel. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward, Bagels and Joe.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place.
Hello?
Big value, big flavor, delicious duo combo. This is the one you've been waiting for. Get 1 half-sized appetizer and 2 entrees with a side for only $19.99. Bring a friend for the best deal in town on any day of the week, during game time, or whenever the heck you want. Their made-to-order wings and chicken sandwiches are waiting for you at their 68th and O and 40th and Old Cheney locations. Stop by Wings and Rings and celebrate every day with the best meal deal in town.
Most resolutions for the new year fail before January is even over. Why not resolve to just be a little bit cleaner in 2026? Nebraska Auto Detail is here for you. Now through March 30th, if you purchase a ceramic coating, you'll get a free interior detail. There's no better way to start your year than taking care of your car and decluttering the mess that it becomes so easily. Book your detail today at NebraskaAutoDetail.com or call Joe and the team at 402-601-5086.
Back to Late Night in Lincoln live on 93.7 The Ticket. Here are your hosts, Harrison Arons and Derek Pearson.
We're back here. Final segment of the evening here on this Tuesday, January 20th. Harrison, get into a seat here. We're playing a little musical chairs around here. Now we're just getting everything ready. So
early break will be off and rolling tomorrow.
Pretty much.
Thanks to our efforts.
Pretty much. Yeah, we talked a little bit of football. We talked a little basketball. I know you're not a baseball guy, but there was some interesting nuggets in baseball today. So there was the Hall of Fame vote today. I know you and Raph kind of touched a little bit on it.
Yeah, shout out Raph, the second person on the ticket to bring it up. You will be the third. Well, I guess second time around.
So 2 members of the Hall of Fame class is your Carlos Beltran and Andrew Jones. Carlos Beltran played for several MLB teams, including the Kansas City Royals. He was the 1998 American League Rookie of the Year with the Royals. He spent about 5.5 years with the Royals before jumping around the league. Then he went to the Mets. He was famously known for being a New York Mets outfielder. Andrew Jones played with the Braves, the Yankees. Only 2 members, though. The Hall of Fame vote is a very hot topic when it comes around for MLB.
What happened to Gordon?
He
got 1 vote? Thought he'd get a little bit more than 1.
I don't think he's gonna become an MLB. I think he'll be a Royals Hall of Famer, which undoubtedly he'll get a statue there. I mean, he hit the home run against the Mets in Game 1 of the 2015 World Series, but I don't think he'll be an MLB Hall of Famer. There's such a level to it.
I was just surprised it was that obvious. The 1 vote might have been like the Royals media guy.
Exactly. That's the thing. Like, it's all subjective. And
I thought he'd get
Manny Ramirez is on the ballot. This was his last year on the ballot. He did not get elected. You have to have 75% or higher to get in. He was not even close. It's like guys like him, Roger Clemens, Alex Rodriguez is on the ballot. He'll never get in because of steroids.
Yeah.
Just how it is. And it's a very, some people think like, oh, like Barry Bonds famously will not be in the Hall of Fame.
Right.
So,
but we all know.
I mean, yeah, exactly. It's such a, it's always a controversial thing. Every year it comes around because you see the names.
I'll be honest, I don't even think it's controversial. Like those guys in that era, they're just in.
It's just baseball, like
you couldn't figure out who was taking steroids and who wasn't. So you might as well just you still play the games and you count the records. So you might as well put them in the Hall of Fame.
So 8-9-8-5, Huskers were the 3 seed when they lost to Xavier in 1991. See, they weren't a 4 seed; they were a 3 seed.
3 seed, even worse.
I knew it was. So history is not on their side. So
nothing about us being a 1 seed though.
But Indiana proved history. Your past history does not matter. That's the thing. Doesn't matter. Your past history does not matter. It's all about.
Well, it depends what that past history is, but yeah,
it's all about
in sports. It doesn't.
It's all about the present in sports. So crazy day. I mean, I think we covered 3 different sports in a span of whatever. We're fixing stuff here. Look at us go. Who would have thought?
Dream team.
I mean,
Dream team doesn't get here till 11 to midnight, but it shows up eventually.
It shows up eventually. I mean, you filled the air with Tristan today. We had all that early break tomorrow morning, so we have another good night. What's ticket weeknights? What's the schedule looking like tomorrow?
Tomorrow, back on track. Yeah, Wednesday we'll have bowlers. We'll have AJ Ferrari. He'll hop in there. Obviously, big weekend for Husker wrestling. You'll still get Raft. You'll still get Demornay, Pearsonell. I think that's everybody. I think that's the gang.
Then we'll have
late night.
We'll have late night. Yep. So that's the rundown. We'll see you tomorrow. Early break, 6 o'clock. Stick with us. 93.7 The Ticket. See you guys tomorrow.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs, from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.